Good afternoon and welcome to the grand finale of the inaugural edition of the Champions Boat League 2019. The Tropical Titans, after another thumping win in Kalada last week, have sealed the top spot. But today, the fight will be for the second and the third positions. The 9 teams will clash one last time at another majestic venue.
Good afternoon indeed and welcome to Shama Sundara Keda Kidara Bhumi. God's own country welcomes you to this global spectacle with a traditional flavor. The Champions Boat League welcomes you to its final race day in this impeccable blend of scenic surrounding, tradition and hospitality. Kollam, often referred to as the dreamland of Kerala.
The dreamland in God's own country is where we will be culminating this journey, the race day 12 at the Ashtamudi Lake, the Champions Boat League 2019. I'm Prasanna Sant, along with me is Agrim Prakash.
What an action-packed adventure this has been as we come to the close of what can only be defined as a spectacle and a momentary occasion in the history of the state of Kerala and the whole of India.
Oh, definitely. The teams are excited. The teams are ready. The officials are ready. One last time at the inaugural edition of this grand sporting spectacle on the backwaters of Kerala.
And you know the drill. It's 9 teams and 12 race days with over 100 rowers, making it the world's largest team sport and the world's greatest spectacle. If you have missed out, this is your last and final chance this season to see the Champions Boat League.
This is the final chance, and who is it going to be today? Is it going to be the Tropical Titans who will maintain their supremacy and go on to win 11 out of the 12 races? Today we are race day 12 of the Champions Boat League. But what a journey this has been for the Tropical Titans. 108 plus 50, a total of 158 points. But the fight is for the second and the third position. There's a close fight between Thunder Rose and Backwater Ninjas as well for the 8th and the 9th spot. Nobody wants to finish last. But the Tropical Titans have worked really hard through the league. Let's have a listen to their road to success and glory.
CBL വന്നതോടുകൂടി ഒത്തിരി ഫാൻസ് ഇപ്പം ഉണ്ടായിരിക്കുകയാണ് ട്രോപ്പിക്കൽ ടൈറ്റൻസിന്. നേരത്തെ കേരളത്തിൽ മാത്രം അറിയപ്പെടുന്ന അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആലപ്പുഴയിൽ മാത്രം ഒതുക്കി കൂടിയിരിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു ഈ വള്ളംകളി എന്നത്. കൈനേരി കളിയിൽ തന്നെ കാണാൻ വേണ്ടി കോട്ടപ്പുറത്ത് നിന്നും തൃശ്ശൂരിൽ നിന്നുമൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് ഫാൻസ് വന്ന് നമ്മുടെ കളി കാണുകയും നമ്മൾ സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുകയൊക്കെ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട് അവിടെ.
വിനയം ഉള്ളിടത്ത് വിജയം ഉണ്ടാകും. വിജയിച്ചാൽ ഉടനെ കൈകൂപ്പുക. അഹങ്കരിക്കാൻ പോയാൽ തോൽവി ഉണ്ടാവും, അപകടം ഉണ്ടാവും എന്നുള്ളതാണ് നമ്മൾ കരുതുന്നത്.
നമ്മളോളം പരിശീലനത്തിൽ തയ്യാറായിട്ട് അല്ലെ കഷ്ടപ്പെടാൻ തയ്യാറായി അല്ലെ ഇത്ര എഫേർട്ട് എടുക്കാൻ തയ്യാറായി ഒരു ടീമിലെയും തോൽവിക്കാർ വന്നിട്ടില്ല. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ വിജയിച്ച് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നത്.
ഫിനിഷിംഗ് ടച്ചിലോട്ട് വരുമ്പോൾ തോൽവിക്കാർ മുഴുവൻ വരും മുന്നോട്ട് നോക്കിയാണ് പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മളിത് കാണിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഫിനിഷിംഗ് വള്ളം മുമ്പിലാണെന്നുള്ള സിഗ്നലാണ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അവരെല്ലാം മുഴുവൻ ശക്തിയും ഉപയോഗിച്ച് വള്ളത്തെ ദൂരെടുക്കും. അതിനുള്ള സിഗ്നൽ വള്ളം മുമ്പിലാണെന്ന് കാണിക്കുന്ന സിഗ്നലാണ്. ഇന്നിപ്പം വള്ളംകളി രംഗത്ത് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഏറ്റവും ഗംഭീരമായ ഒന്നാം തരക്കാരൻ തന്നെയാണ് ശർമ്മ. ഏറ്റവും സൂപ്പറായിട്ട് തന്നെയാണ് തുടങ്ങി നിൽക്കുന്നത്.
ഈ വർഷം ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ ഒന്നാം തുഴയിരിക്കുന്നത്. നല്ല ട്രെയിനിങ് കിട്ടിയത് കൊണ്ട് തന്നെ നന്നായിട്ട് തന്നെ തുഴയാൻ പറ്റിയിട്ടുണ്ട്.
വള്ളത്തിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും പ്രധാന ഭാഗം എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ പെട്ടിയുടെ പുറകെ വള്ളത്തിൻ്റെ ഇഞ്ചൻ ഇരിക്കുന്ന സ്ഥലം. ഏറ്റവും കരുത്തന്മാരായ തുഴച്ചിക്കാർ തുഴയ സ്ഥലമാണ് വെടുതിരിയുടെ പുറകെ. അവിടെയാണ് നമ്മുടെ വള്ളത്തിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും സൂപ്പർ താരങ്ങൾ അവിടെയാണ്. വള്ളം സ്റ്റാർട്ടിംഗ് പോയിന്റ് പിടിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ശ്രദ്ധയോടെ സ്റ്റാർട്ടറെ ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചിരിക്കാനാണ് ടീമിനോട് പറയുന്നത്. ആദ്യം 3-10 ഏറ്റവും നല്ല പവറിലാണ് നമ്മൾ പിള്ളേർ വന്നത്. ഈ ഓൺ അടിക്കുന്നതനുസരിച്ചാണ് ഇവൻ നല്ല പവറിൽ ഒരു തുടങ്ങി. ഇതെടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അവൻ്റെ ശരീരത്തൊന്നും മിച്ചം കാണത്തില്ല. മുഴുവൻ തീർത്ത് അടിച്ച് പറപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് പോകും.
What a team this is, Tropical Titans. Look at the lead that they have taken.
18 വയസ്സ് മുതൽ 25 വയസ്സ് വരെ പ്രായമുള്ള 65 പേരുണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ടീമിലാണ്. 25 വയസ്സ് മുതൽ മേലോട്ട് 34 വയസ്സ് വരെ പ്രായമുള്ള തുറച്ചിക്കാർ വെറും 5 പേരേ ഉള്ളൂ. അതാണ് ഞങ്ങളുടെ ടീമിൻ്റെ ആരോഗ്യം. ആദ്യ CBL ട്രോഫി എടുക്കും എന്നുള്ള കാര്യത്തിൽ ആരും തർക്കവും വേണ്ട. അത് ഞങ്ങൾ എടുത്തു കഴിഞ്ഞിരിക്കുകയാണ്. എങ്കിൽ പോലും അവസാനത്തെ മത്സരവും ജയിക്കാൻ പറ്റുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് ഞാൻ ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്.
As the Tropical Titans take a lead over their competition, no team here is a loser, as the 9 champion teams have become pioneers in their own rights, heralding in a new era in what can only be called world-class athleticism and sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship of the highest class, and what the global sport does. This is what Champions Boat League has done to the snake boat racing. But the course conditions here in Kollam at the Ashtamudi Lake, depth of 10 feet, a 1 kilometer track, temperature 30 degrees Celsius. It's quite hot here, and that's where the humidity is 69%, a wind of 5 kilometers per hour. But once again, the depth not that deep. That is also going to play a role in the races today.
What plays a role along with the depth is the gradient of the track. What we have to notice is that whoever's on track number 3 today stands a chance of being the fastest team of the day. And as usual, we had a draw of lanes to see who would go on which tracks. And that is dependent on luck as much as it is on speed and time.
Luck does play a role in sport, Agrim.
Fortune, they say, favors the bold, and definitely it has been the Tropical Titans who have been bold enough to win 10 out of 11 races. Let's see if they can make it 11 out of 12. That's what remains to be seen.
Absolutely, they were bold, they've become bolder, and they're the boldest. And that's what we've got, the Heat 1 start list. Race day 12, Raging Rovers in track 1, Coast Dominators in track 2, and it's going to be the Backwater Warriors in track 3 as we flag off the first heats on race day 12, the final day of the Champions Boat League 2019.
Rovers from far and wide setting the pace for their final heat race here at the Ashtamudi Lake. If you look at your screen, you will see Osman from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, each bringing with them their own style, their own flavor, and their own contribution to the Champions Boat League. Truly making this, in my opinion, Prasanna, India on a boat.
India on a boat, and the current leaders are the Raging Rovers from the Police Boat Club, and their boat named the Kari Chal. They've also been one of the good teams that we've seen, strong teams, and as we've been terming them, a lean and mean machine going to real great stardom.
Spectacular performances all round, especially from this extremely lean team. As I like to mention all the time, just 85 rowers. That's 15 lower than the average of 100 rowers that you have on any boat at any given point of time. And it looks like the time to beat today will be somewhere in the margin of 4.5 minutes for this track, given the conditions.
Definitely, it's going to be around 4.5 minutes. That's going to be the time that is going to push these teams. But here they are. It is the team that has come first here. The men in pink, the Raging Rovers, have once again surpassed their opponents to just cross that finishing line in heat number 1 of this final day of the inaugural edition of the Champions Boat League 2019.
Excitement and energy galore with the Raging Rovers clocking in 4 minutes 39 seconds in loose change, which could be probably one of the best times of the day, at least the top 3 in my opinion.
It should be the top timings here. Do follow us on social media. We take a quick break, and on the other side, heat number 2 and 3 coming up.
Twelve action-packed weeks, 11 spectacular venues, 6 districts, 9 champion teams, 1 state, 1 country, and 1 emotion. This is excitement. This is energy. This is snake boat racing.
Snake boat racing, this is what goes behind making a local sport, a traditional sport, into a professional setup, to take it across 7 seas, to make it a global phenomenon. And it requires coordination, it requires cooperation where the battle for the backwaters is brought to you live. And there are a lot of people, a big crew, a hard-working crew that works behind the scenes relentlessly to give you the best and the most exciting visuals.
The energy of an entire season culminates today, but mind you, this is no ordinary feat. Organizing the world's largest team sport requires a team that is like no other. Extraordinary in every aspect, just like the races, just like the venues, and just like the oarsmen who have been here at the Champions Boat League.
A grand spectacle, a sporting spectacle on the backwaters of Kerala, as after Heat 1 where the Raging Rovers beat the other two opponents, we are all set for Heat 2. In Track 1 are going to be the Pride Chasers, in Track 2 the Mighty O's, and on the third track are going to be the Thunder O's as we flag off Heat number 2 on this grand finale of the Champions Boat League, artistically coloured by Nerolac, co-sponsored by KSFE Steel and HDFC Bank, ticketing partner Book My Show, radio partner Club FM.
The Pride of Kumaragam Pride Chasers on lane 1 in dark green, followed by the Mighty O's in green again on their boat, the Davis. And on lane number 3 we have Thunder O's in red, thundering ahead on their boat, Mahadevi Kattal Teketal. It looks like the time to beat right now is 4 minutes, 39 seconds and loose change. Will one of these teams make it to the Group A finals? That is what remains to be seen.
Definitely a strong contender here are the current leaders, the Mighty O's from the NCDC Kumarakam, and rowing the boat Devas. They've got good rhythm here. They've picked up pace quite early and they've gone past their opponents very early in the start of the Heat 2.
You know, Prasanna, the name Davis in fact means of God, and definitely there is a godly might in the pressure with which they are rowing, probably posting one of the best times of the day. Look at them go, look at them tear that water apart and rip it through the Ashtamudi coil towards that finish line.
Mighty O's godly might in God's own country here in Vallam, and they've got everything today going for them, and they could be in top contention to clash in the big final race today in Group A. But look at that boat which is so long when you see it on your screens. But here they are, the Mighty O's, with all their might, with all their power, have actually rowed to a win in Heat number 2.
From what looks like less than 4 minutes and 30 seconds, yes indeed, 4 minutes, 28 seconds and 47 microseconds. The best time so far. As the heats progress, the timings only get better and better.
Let's listen in to Subin, top player of the Backwater Ninjas.
എൻ്റെ പേര് സുബിൻ ജോ വർഗീസ്. ഞാൻ ബ്രദേഴ്സ് ബോട്ട് ക്ലബ് ബാക്ക്വാട്ടർ നിഞ്ച കളിക്കുന്ന സെൻറ്റ് ജോർജ് ചുണ്ടനിലെ തുളസിക്കാരനാണ്. അമരത്തിരുന്നാണ്, അതായത് പൂട്ടിക്കുത്തുന്ന ഭാഗത്തിരുന്നാണ് കളിക്കുന്നത്. ഞാൻ ആദ്യം കളി തുടങ്ങിയത് പോലും സെൻറ്റ് ജോർജ് ചുണ്ടനിലാണ്. 2015 തൊട്ട് തുടർച്ചയായി ഇത് 5ാമത്തെ വർഷം. ഈ സെൻറ്റ് ജോർജ് ചുണ്ടൻ്റെ ഒരു ഷെയർ ഹോൾഡറാണ് അച്ചാച്ചൻ. അതൊരു കുട്ടനാട്ടുകാരൻ്റെ ആവേശമാണ് വള്ളംകളി. അപ്പം ആഗ്രഹം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, അപ്പോൾ അതിനുവേണ്ടി പ്രാക്ടീസ് ചെയ്തു. ഇവിടെ സെലക്ഷന് വന്നു, അങ്ങനെ സെലക്റ്റായി. BSc ഫിസിക്സ് പഠിക്കുകയായിരുന്നു, അപ്പോൾ അത് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്തു. ഇനി അടുത്ത മർച്ചൻ്റ് നേവിയിലേക്ക് എക്സാം എഴുതാൻ വേണ്ടിയുള്ള തയ്യാറെടുപ്പുള്ള. തുഴയുന്നതും കോളേജിൽ പോകുന്നതും കൂടാതെ കളിക്കാൻ പോകാറുണ്ട്. അതായത് വോളിബോൾ, ഫുട്ബോളൊക്കെ കളിക്കാൻ പോകാറുണ്ട്. ഒഴിവു സമയങ്ങളിൽ കൂട്ടുകാരോടൊപ്പം ചിലവഴിക്കുന്നു. പിന്നെ പള്ളിയിലെ ഞങ്ങളുടെ പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്, യൂത്തിൻ്റേതായിട്ടുള്ള, അങ്ങനെ ഉള്ളതിനൊക്കെ ചിലവഴിക്കാറുണ്ട്. എനിക്കൊരു ബാക്ക്വാട്ടർ നിഞ്ച എന്നുള്ള ടീമിനോട് പറയാനുള്ളത്, ഒരുമയോടെ ആത്മാർത്ഥതയോടെ ടീമിന് വേണ്ടി പ്രവർത്തിക്കുക, ദൈവം അതിനുള്ള പ്രതിഫലം നൽകും.
Work with sincerity and unity. Those were the words of Subinjo Verghese, one of the best oarsmen at the Champions Boat League. Remember, you can follow all the action across social media. But right now, it's time for heat number 3 between the Backwater Ninjas, the Backwater Knights, and the Golden Boys of the Champions Boat League, the Tropical Titans. Will it be goal for gold once again as they are through the line for yet another exciting start? Arpo Irro, here we go.
Here we go, and keep close attention on the third track, which is farthest from your screen. The Tropical Titans from the Palathurthi Boat Club rowing the boat Nadubagam. And as has been the case in the last 11 races, in the initial 10 to 20 seconds, they will ensure that they take such a strong lead and they will build on that lead, as we've always spoken, Agrim, about their pickup speed, very much like a top car.
Already at an advantage with that exasperatingly awesome pickup speed, but to add to that, there's the fact that they're in the best track available today at the deepest end of this amazing race course, and you can see 1.5 boat lengths, almost 2 boat lengths between them and the competition as they get to that finish line, looking to beat the best time of the day today, which is 4 minutes 28 seconds and loose change.
They are definitely on course to beat that best timing of the Mighty O's today, because they have got that rhythm and they're just inches away from the finishing line, and they have crossed that once again in their signature style. They will thank the Almighty. And Varun Sharma, the front rower in the pink ball test match, it was Ishant Sharma who did it for the Indian cricket team, and on the backwaters it is Varun Sharma who is doing it for the Tropical Titans.
Sharma ji ka beta making it goal for gold once again as the Tropical Titans are through the line at this exciting heat, and they have assured themselves pole position. 4 minutes, 21 seconds and 50 microseconds. The best time of the day, the time to beat. They are probably the Nerolac impressive performer of the day.
Do follow us on social media. We take a quick break and return back soon.
Welcome to the Champions Boat League, where the crowd is going nuts, but the city of Kollam is a different kind of nuts. With India being the largest exporter of cashew in the world, Kollam is the cashew capital of India and possibly the world.
Kollam is the largest processed cashew exporter in the world, and Kerala, as we have been exploring different backwater venues and different venues of Kerala, this is another aspect where Kerala contributes with its natural resources and the natural wealth that it has. And around 4:30, how beautiful these visuals are, to just grab a quick pack of cashews and have it with a cup of tea.
Indeed, it is believed that from far and wide, people have traveled to experience the spices of India through Kerala. And cashew was one of the biggest draws for some of these tradesmen coming in to Muziris, to Kollam, and many years later, Vasco da Gama and the West followed.
More than 600 processing units in the city of Kollam. That is where it is called the cashew capital. And we are all set for the Group C finale. But if you were to just have a look at the timings of the 9 teams, once again, Tropical Titans, top of the table there, followed by the Mighty O's and the Raging Rovers. So those 3 teams going to clash in the Group A finale. But we are all set for the Group C final, where it is on track 1, the Pride Chasers, in track 2, the Thunderos, and in track 3, the Backwater Ninjas here in the Ashtamudi Lake, all set for the Group C finale.
The Oarsmen are holding their breath and getting set for the final race of this season. India on a boat awaits with a bated breath for what could be possibly a career-defining, history-defining moment. People from far and wide have turned out in droves. In fact, viewership has gone up to the millions. And this is just a testament to what this spectacle has grown into. And they are off for a Group C final here at the idyllic Ashtamudi Lake in the city of Kollam. Champions Boat League, Group C final. This is excitement. This is energy. This is snake boat racing.
Snake boat racing at its best, at its professional best, at its global best, where everyone has taken note of this growing sport. We've spoken about Kabaddi, which has grown into such a massive fan following. This is another traditional sport which is becoming professional and reaching every corner of the world. The tradition, the culture, the ritual, the festivities of God's own country in Kerala are reaching every corner of the world through this concept of snake boat racing in the inaugural edition of the Champions Boat League, coloured by Nerolac, co-sponsored by KSFE Steel and HDFC Bank, ticketing partner Book My Show, radio partner Club FM.
You know, Prasanna, I believe it was Sri Amitabh Kant, the then director of tourism for Kerala, who came up with the slogan, God's own country. And today, if you look back at it almost 3 decades later, I think it's time to call in Kerala snake boat racing's own country, because look at those spectacular and colourful visions. Those are what will define the state of Kerala for a generation. And what a beauty, what a spectacle this is.
And any sport, Agrin, that is covered on television, that is covered by media, will always have a fan following. And there are kids here who are coming to watch at the venues, they are watching it on TV. Definitely some of them who will feel that water is so easy for me to swim. Let me take up snake boat racing as a profession as well, because this is a sport that is growing, and the inaugural Champions Boat League has shown us how popular snake boat racing is in this part of the world.
This is probably a pioneering moment. These oarsmen are not just rowing towards the finish line, they are rowing towards history. Pioneers in their own rights. We've had Magellan, we've had Ferdinand, we've had many explorers, but this is probably a momentous occasion in the history of sports, in the history of culture, in the history of tradition, and the history of the state of Kerala. What a moment, what a spectacle. This is the Champions Boat League.
The Champions Boat League in track 1, the Pride Chasers in track 2, the Thunderos, and farther away from your screen are the Backwater Ninjas in track 3, and all the 3 teams rowing towards that finishing line. It's a 1 kilometer long track here at the Ashtamudi Lake, but the 3 teams, there is hardly anything between them, and that's where the Group C finale, Agrim, is going to be a keenly contested one.
Neck and neck they are as the rhythm makers pound their sticks and wave their arms to make the rhythm, to control the synchronicity of the boats as they edge towards that finish line. Can you imagine the amount of effort it takes just to row against the tide, against the current, to push your team forward, to push yourself forward towards that finish line, carrying oars that vary from 2.5 kilos to 15 kilos towards that finish line, towards glory and towards history.
How beautiful these visuals are, where you have these snake boats with that raised hood at the back going towards the finishing line. All these rowers, about 100 to 120 of them on a single particular boat as they are closing in on the finishing line. But the 3 teams, there's nothing in between them, and that's where the officials there will be on their mark to note which team is taking home 3 points in the Group C finale.
Not just the officials, but also the spectators on the edges of their seats as these teams are really neck and neck, just inches apart from each other, just a hairline differentiating them, just a fraction of a second differentiating them and the competition. You can see it at any angle that you look at. It's almost like they are rowing in unison towards the future, towards the next season of the Champions Boat League.
There's coordination, there's synchrony, there's harmony, there's wonderful understanding. It's India on a boat in the inaugural edition here on the grand finale. But this is what snake boat racing is all about, where all these rowers in absolutely top class harmony are rowing in complete harmony to reach the finishing line. We have already crossed the 4.5 minute mark, but it is a close race for sure in the Group C finale.
What color, what spectacle! Snake boat racing is the reason for the season, and color is the flavor of the season. The flavor of color in CBL is evident as you look at that, and through that finish line, whoever comes through will be scoring very, very coveted points that could change up the entire table between 2, 3 and 4 positions.
Definitely it's going to have a shift in the table, but there's a shift in the pace, in the speed as well of these rowers as they're nearing the finishing line. They've shifted gears, and that's where there's one team that has edged past their opponents. They've reached the finishing line, but we will soon know which team that is, because the officials are having a close look at how the race ended.
A photo finish indeed, but in my opinion, it looks like it was the Thunder Rose by just a hairline, probably by the head of the leading oarsman. But only time will tell. As we look at these beautiful slow motion visions, we can see that it's between the Thunder Rose and the Pride Chasers. And also, look at that, the Backwater Ninjas also bringing it in. It could be anyone's race at this point in time, but the clear lead is the Pride Chasers in green. But through the line, it was, in my opinion, the Thunder Rose. But don't take my word for it. We'll have to wait for an official confirmation.
The officials are working on it, looking at all those visuals, and we'll soon know who or which team has emerged winner in the Group C finale. This was that moment where one team crossed that finishing line faster than the others, and it looks like it's going to be the Thunder Rose. But here we are ready with the official verdict on the greenest racetrack on earth, on the grand finale of the inaugural edition of the Champions Boat League 2019. And yes, it is the Thunder Rose with a timing of 5 minutes and 2.8 seconds who have beaten the Pride Chasers and the Backwater Ninjas to emerge winners in the Group C finale.
Disappointing in terms of timing, but not at all disappointing in terms of color and spectacle at the Champions Boat League. Colored by Nerolac, co-sponsored by KSFE Steel and HDFC, along with our ticketing partners, Book My Show, and our radio partners, Club FM.
Welcome back to the Champions Boat League 2019 here in the backwaters of Kerala. And when you say the word Kerala, it's all about colors, it's all about coordination, because we are, of course, in God's own country.
God's own colorful country, and what you're looking at is the Symphony of Color, which was facilitated by none other than the wonderful people at Kansai Nerolac to bring in a flavor to the colorful experience that is the Champions Boat League.
We are all set now for the Group B finale after finishing the Group C final. But let's listen in to another team, Backwater Warriors team profile.
എൻ്റെ പേര് ലാലൻ കുമരകം. ഞാൻ കുമരകം ടൗൺ ബോട്ട് ക്ലബിൻ്റെ ലീഡിംഗ് ക്യാപ്റ്റനാണ്. കുമരകത്തുള്ള ഒരു കൂട്ടം ചെറുപ്പക്കാരും കൈനകരിയിൽ നിന്ന് ആൾക്കാരുണ്ട്. വള്ളംകളിയുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെടുന്ന എല്ലാ സ്ഥലത്തു നിന്നും ആൾക്കാരെ വിളിച്ച ഒരു കൂട്ടായ്മയായിട്ടാണ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഇത് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നത്. ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഒന്നാം തുഴയ്ക്കിരിക്കുന്ന അനിൽ കളപ്പുര, വള്ളംകളി ലോകത്ത് അദ്ദേഹത്തിനെ സച്ചിൻ എന്നാണ് വിളിക്കുന്നത്. അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഈ ഏജ് സമയത്തും അദ്ദേഹം ഏത് ചെറുപ്പക്കാർ തുഴയുന്നതിനേക്കാളും അത്യുഗ്രമായി നല്ല തുഴച്ചിൽ കാഴ്ചവെക്കുന്ന ഒരു ചെറുപ്പക്കാരനായിട്ടാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ കാണുന്നത്. ഈ CBL മത്സരങ്ങളിൽ ഞങ്ങൾ ഞങ്ങളുടേതായ വ്യക്തിമുദ്ര പതിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഈ ക്ലബിൻ്റെ അന്തസ്സ് ഉയർത്തിക്കൊണ്ട് ഏകദേശം 9ാം സ്ഥാനത്ത് കിടന്ന ക്ലബിനെ കായംകുളം കളിയോടുകൂടി ക്ലബിനെ 5ാം സ്ഥാനത്ത് കൊണ്ടുവരുവാൻ ഞങ്ങളെ കൊണ്ട് സാധിച്ചു. എങ്കിലും ഞങ്ങൾ കഠിന പ്രയത്നം ചെയ്ത് അതിനൊപ്പം എത്താനുള്ള എല്ലാ ശ്രമവും ആത്മാർത്ഥമായ പരിശീലനം ഞങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. Backwater Warriors!
That was Lalan Kumarakam from the boat by Pardon, the Backwater Warriors, fighting it out at the Champions Boat League. Remember, the boat Pai Pardon is derived from the word pile, which means to fly across the water. And flying across the water are the three teams at the Group B final: the Coast Dominators, the Backwater Warriors, and the Backwater Knights, vying it out for those coveted points in the Group B final.
The Group B final is going to be the Coast Dominators against the Backwater Boys, Agrim, as you like to call them, the Backwater Warriors and the Backwater Knights. But in track 1, which is closer to us, it's the Coast Dominators on your screens, Backwater Warriors in track 2, and farthest from your screen in track 3 are going to be the Backwater Knights. Wonderful attendance once again. 120,000 passionate fans of snake boat racing turning up here at Ashtamudi in Kollam as we flag off the Group B finale. Backwater Knights, Backwater Warriors and the Coast Dominators fighting it out, rowing it out really hard in the backwaters of Kerala in the Group B finale.
Remember, as I like to always say, this is not just a race against each other, but a race against time. Today, the time to beat is 4 minutes, 28 seconds in loose change, posted by none other than the Golden Boys of the Champions Boat League, the Tropical Titans. On lane 1, we have the Coast Dominators looking to dominate. On lane 2, Warriors from Alapi, the Backwater Warriors, and the Backwater Knights in lane 3, looking to be the Knights in shining armor and taking away the fastest time of the day, which will earn them 5 critical points, which could upset the table really in anyone's favor.
Agrim, all these Group A, B and C finals that we've seen, yes, the Tropical Titans have emerged victorious all through the Champions Boat League except one so far. But the competition has been intense. All the teams have given their best. They've planned, they've prepared, they've tried to execute their strategy to the best of their abilities. Of course, yes, there's going to be one winner and one runner-up. But the efforts, the determination and the dedication has to be given full marks to all the 9 strong competing teams in this inaugural edition.
Well, you know, Prasanna, there's a saying that you win some and you learn some. And I was reading up about how Thomas Edison, who wanted to build a light bulb, he looked at making the light bulb with various filaments. And he could not find that tungsten was the right filament until he tried 999 different permutations and combinations. And at these 12 weeks, at these 12 races, they have tried 12 different permutations and combinations of oarsmen, of rowing styles, of placement, of speed, of rhythm and synchronicity. And they've definitely learned something that they can take back into their kitty and come back a stronger team, a stronger all-round performer in the next season of the Champions Boat League.
Oh yes, the first edition, the inaugural edition, is all about learning. Yes, one team is going to win and it's the Tropical Titans have already sealed that top spot. But the second and the third spot is still up for grabs. Still the Group A finale is done. But coming back to the Group B finale, it is the Coast Dominators, the men in orange, who have taken a lead against the other 2 opponents in this finale.
3 riptides blowing across the Ashtamudi Lake as 300-odd oarsmen tear the water apart towards that coveted finish line, with the current leaders, the Coast Dominators, really dominating it. The boys in orange from UBC Kainagiri killing it, destroying the competition by just the fraction of a boat length. This could still be anyone's race. This is the Champions Boat League.
This is the Champions Boat League, coloured by Nerolac, co-sponsored by KSFE Steel and HDFC Bank, ticketing partner Book My Show, our radio partner Club FM. But as the Coast Dominators had the domination in this particular race, the Backwater Boys, that is the Backwater Warriors and the Backwater Knights, also are giving a tough fight. They are not letting this go because points at stake and pride at stake in this Group B final of the Champions Boat League.
Absolutely, each and every single one of these teams are giving each other a run for their money and really showing it that this could be anyone's race. And they're saying, don't count us out, don't discount us. We are not less than anyone. In Hindi, they say, hum kisi se kam nahi. And that is what each of these teams have been showing with their spectacular performances. They've really set a world-class standard on what should be considered a team sport and what snakeboard racing can be.
Team sport, the largest team sport. Which sport do you see where you have 100 rowers, 100 players playing at the same time on the field? Here, this is not the field, but the backwaters, the scenic backwaters of Kerala. This is race day 12, and what beautiful venues, what picturesque venues that we have seen all through this league. But the current leaders in the Group B finale are the Coast Dominators in track 1.
As we reach the 3/4 mark, it is the Coast Dominators dominating all the way in orange, and the Coast Dominators looking to keep their lead, but given a fighting chance. The other two teams, which are the Backwater Warriors or the Backwater Knights, could really change up the pace as we reach the final leg of the race. It's between the Coast Dominators, the Backwater Warriors, and the Backwater Knights. Who will it be? Will it be the Coast Dominators? Will it be Warriors from Alleppey? Or will it be the Knights in Shining Armour?
At the moment, it looks like it is the Coast Dominators who are dominating this Group B finale. They've got the speed with them. They have the rhythm with them as their fans, the passionate fans of Snake Boat Racing, encourage them, motivate them. It is the men in orange who have dominated this race. They've coasted to another win, this time in the Group B finale.
Coasted to yet another victory indeed. The oarsmen clear sigh of relief after 12 exasperating weeks of racing. This will be the last time that the Coast Dominators will be racing at a venue this entire season of the Champions Boat League, and they've truly put in a spectacular performance in my opinion.
Spectacular performance in a grand sporting spectacle, the inaugural edition of the Champions Boat League. We are on race day 12, the grand finale, the final race day, and here they are rowing in great unison, harmony and top class coordination. It's the Coast Dominators who have defeated their two opponents, the Backwater Boys, that's the Backwater Warriors, and the Backwater Knights, to get points here in this Group B finale. Well done to the Coast Dominators.
Well done everyone. Each and every single one of these teams are champions in their own right. Champions, historical champions, as they battled it out for 12 weeks. But today, in the Group B finals, it is the Coast Dominators with 4 minutes, 49 seconds and 16 microseconds under their belts, which is not the best time of the day, but not bad.
Welcome back to the grand sporting spectacle, the inaugural edition of the Champions Boat League, artistically colored by Nerolac, co-sponsored by KSFE Steel and HDFC Bank, ticketing partner Book My Show, radio partner Club FM. We are on the final race day. I'm Prasanna Sant. Along with me is Agrim Prakash as we have a look at the form guide where the Tropical Titans, Agrim, have been consistency personified right from the first race.
A titanic feat, that is what it would have taken to upset these gentlemen once we were past the 7-week mark. It has just been an amazing performance by these teams. Have just tried their best, but as you can see, it's all about keeping consistency, it's about keeping form, and that's what the Tropical Titans have done through and through.
The Tropical Titans are the undisputed table toppers, but the fight is still on for the second and the third spot, and also nobody wants to finish last. Two teams there tied on the 8th spot, that is the Thunder Rose and the Backwater Ninjas, because everybody here is playing for the title win. As one last time, the start list for the Group A finale, the Raging Rovers in track 1, the Mighty O's in track 2, and the men in gold, the table toppers from the Palathurthi Boat Club rowing the Nadubagam, are the Tropical Titans, the Double T's.
The world waits with a bated breath as the Tropical Titans and the Raging Rovers and the Mighty O's face off for one final time. They are off through the finish line at the Ashtamudi Lake. This is it. History in the making. The Tropical Titans charging towards that victory, charging towards the finish line as they speed away towards that final prize at the last race of the Champions Boat League Season 1.
The Tropical Titans have literally been the champion team in the right sense, because They have so far won 10 out of the 11 races that have taken part here in the Champions Boat League. This is race number 12. Can they make it 11 out of 12 and make what we call in any league of racing a perfect finish?
Look at that, like a dart from a crossbow. Each and every single one of these teams are today giving the Tropical Titans a run for their money as they edge on towards the halfway mark. You can see there is a sense of purpose in the competition. The Mighty Oars and the Raging Rovers saying, we will not go down without a fight. We will not go quietly into the night. This is history in the making. This is the Champions Boat League.
There's competition, there's a contest, there's a tussle for this Group A finale because 10 points at stake here. The team that wins in this Group A finale takes home 10 points. But it is the Tropical Titans, the men in gold. That's the team to beat in this Champions Boat League. They have 158 points. They're already the undisputed table toppers. But the Mighty Oars in track number 2 and the Raging Rovers also giving a tough fight. The Raging Rovers have gone past the other two teams.
What is happening? The Raging Rovers have shifted gears and left the competition biting the dust. What is happening? This looks like an upset. It looks like the Tropical Titans are being given a run for their money today. There is a sense of vigor. There is a sense of excitement. There is a sense of energy. And the Tropical Titans not waving their signature towel in the air, showing them that they are in the lead. The Tropical Titans slowly but surely once again edging towards the front.
It is all about maintaining your cool. It is all about maintaining your composure. It is all about maintaining that focus. And that is what the Tropical Titans have done. They had lost the lead a couple of seconds back, but once again they are in the lead. But it is going to be a tough fight because the team that is the Raging Rovers from the Police Boat Club are not letting this go off easily. They're giving a tough fight in this final race of the Champions Boat League.
Neck and neck, you can see water spraying all around. There is absolute pandemonium at the Ashtamudi Lake as these teams are tearing the water apart, ripping it towards the finish line, neck and neck. The Tropical Titans clearly being made to sweat today. Maybe it's been the 11 weeks of performance. They're also a little exasperated. They're also a little scared. But look at that. Varun Sharma, the leading oarsman, the pressure clear in his face. The oarsmen and the rhythm makers in clear synchronous harmony, edging towards that finish line, but being given a run for their money by the competition.
Full credit to the Raging Rovers and the Mighty Oars for the way they have prepared, the way they have executed their plans and strategies in this Group A finale, the final race of the inaugural edition of the Champions Boat League. And now what we are seeing is absolute history because here, three teams, there's nothing between them. The Tropical Titans have a slight marginal lead, but the other two teams are not letting this go off very easily.
They are not letting it go indeed. Look at that. Hairlines. Just hairlines apart. That's what they are. And the crowd is going wild at the Ashtamudi Lake. Kollam is witnessing probably the most breathtaking race to have taken place here on this lake or any other venue. It's neck and neck between the three teams as they edge towards the halfway mark. This could be anyone's race in the literal sense.
It's a 1,000-meter racetrack, Agrim, and the last 250 meters is what will determine who will win this race because that is where the rowers, these snake boats, they shift gears, not in the literal sense, but they put in more power, more purpose, and that is where you can see that there is a shift in energy and there is a shift in pace. The team that gathers most powerful momentum and rhythm in this phase of the last 250 meters will emerge winner in this Group A finale.
There is definitely 1,000 meters, but there are 1,000 emotions on the faces and the hearts of the team. It's the photo finish, a photo finish. Who will it be? It has to be decided by the judges because you cannot tell with the naked eye. What a spectacular race. What a spectacular way to culminate the excitement that is the Champions Boat League. What a moment, ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the finish of this exciting race season.
If there's a final, then it has to be like this, where there's absolutely nothing between the two teams in the Group A finale. Right till the finishing point, the Raging Rovers in pink, rowing the Karichal, did not let their pace go away, gave a run for the money to the Tropical Titans, but the judges are having a close look at the last few seconds to decide who has emerged the winner in the Group F finale to take home 10 points.
We will have to wait for that official photo finish to find out who it was, but it looks like it could be the Tropical Titans once again or the Raging Rovers. It's between the both of them, but will there be a surprise contender from the middle?
Will there be? Because this is the most important stage, and that is what the officials are looking at. It's a close fight between the Tropical Titans and the Raging Rovers, but the Tropical Titans once again showing their supremacy, stamping their authority on this final day once again of the inaugural edition of this historic sporting spectacle, the Champions Boat League 2019.
Varun Sharma, the leading oarsman of the Golden Boys of the Champions Boat League, waiting with a bated breath. And it is once again gold for gold. It is just by the fraction of a second that the Tropical Titans have said, Veni, Vidi, Vici. They came, they saw, they hit the competition square in the jaw. And the Tropical Titans have beaten out the Police Boat Club by 20 microseconds.
Top class performance once again from the Tropical Titans.
Like the 300 warriors of Sparta who made Xerxes bleed for a moment there, the Police Boat Club, the Raging Rovers, made the Tropical Titans, the Golden Boys of the Champions Boat League, break a sweat. And by the fraction of a second, by a literal nail and a half, the Tropical Titans have clinched their 11th victory. 11 out of 12. Not bad at all.
And once again, a perfect finish on the final race day of this inaugural edition of the Champions Boat League. And now the Tropical Titans have officially been crowned the Speed Kings of the backwaters.
The Speed Kings of the backwaters by a far mile and a half. But this is a historic moment. Remember, the Raging Rovers have shown that it is possible for Goliath to be taken down by David, given the right amount of preparation and given the right amount of planning. And that is what we can expect in probably the next iteration of the Champions Boat League.
Brilliant performance this from all the teams, but it was the Tropical Titans who were an inch better, and that's where today also in a close race it was the Tropical Titans who have emerged winners. And if you were to look at all the 12 races that took place here in the beautiful backwaters of Kerala, all through the 12 races, one word that described the Tropical Titans was consistency. Out of 12, they won 11 races, lost just the one race, and even today, by a few milliseconds, they kept their cool, they kept their composure, and won another race to finish a perfect finisher on the final race day.
Table toppers, as you like to call them, Prasanna. Double T's, the Tropical Titans are the winners of Season 1 of the Champions Boat League, coloured by Nerolac.
It's time for the presentation ceremony.
After an exhilarating journey of 12 races across the stunning state of Kerala, our 9 teams fought fiercely to arrive at the winners of Season 1. This season has seen a whooping 5.9 crores giveaway in prize money. I'd like to introduce to you on our presentation team, Mr. K. Surendran, Minister of Tourism, Mrs. Mercy Kuttiyamma, Minister of Fisheries, Dr. Thomas Isaac, Minister of Finance, Mr. P. Balakaran, IAS, Director Tourism. And now, without further ado, I welcome the winners of the season, the most well-deserved of the 9 teams to come on stage and receive the winning amount, Team Tropical Titans. This team has left a mark and created a history by being the first winners of the Champions Boat League ever. They deserve every bit of that fun moment.
Exuberance reigns the heart of the golden boys of the Champions Boat League as it is gold for gold, truly and finally the inaugural champions, the historic champions of the Champions Boat League, the Tropical Titans and Nadubagam have created history, and the sense of excitement, the sense of purpose here is evident, and people have come from far and wide to witness what can only be called a spectacle like no other.
A spectacle like no other indeed. They came, they rode, and they have conquered the backwaters of Kerala. That's it from us here. I hope you've enjoyed our telecast. Till the next time, it's thank you and goodbye from all of us here.
ചന്തമുള്ള കരുപ്പൻ വഞ്ചി എന്റെ വഞ്ചി ഇരട്ട വഞ്ചി